Hi everybody, this is Made in Quebec, and sorry for my poor video quality and my terrible English skill. As you can hear by my accent, obviously English is not my native language. So what's fun about this deck is that you're never gonna play this deck the same way depending on who's you're facing. This deck is very versatile. You can mix the unit, you can change your opening easily. The more you play with it, the more you learn nice little thing you can do with that deck. So, quick recap. Bow, you use this spell to kill Khadgar or other caster that's in your way. Choose one effect. Everybody knows the bouncing effect, but that's the one you're gonna use most. It's the focus attack effect. So on turn one, often you're gonna use this to protect Cho, so Cho can establish the board and while Bow takes the hit. And Binding Contract is a very nice spell because if you know your unit is gonna die, snipe someone so you can bring one target down, or you can combine it with Cookie. Yeah. Bow plus Cookie, you can deal around 30 damage very quickly in a turn, snipe the target, gain 15 HP. Because Fish Feast plus Binding Contract is a great combination. Well, Lady heal the Viper. That's pretty much it. Sometimes you're gonna kill a caster very quickly with Serpent Bite plus Bow. Cho. Well, Cho summon the 2-10-10, follow up by stat spamming. But keep in mind that sometimes you won't summon 2-10-10, but the 25-1 stealth minion in stealth. Because the 25 stealth minion is wonderful vs Valeera. That's right. It's stealth, cannot be killed, and since it's a 1 HP minion, Valeera always end up hitting it. So basically, you force Valeera to take 25 damage a turn on that unit. Great counter to Valeera. Khadgar, well, the usual. You're gonna spam Jade Flame for HP and Breaking Ton and Stealth. And Cookie, well, we know how it works. And Go Fish is a wonderful tool combined with Blizzard. So that's basically it. You will have 7 different matchups in this video. Check the description down there. I'll try to put direct link so you can go see which matchup you want to learn. You have all the classic one, Medivh with Khadgar, you have Dragon Arcane, you have Old God, you have Smite Pirate. So enjoy, have fun, and see you in the pit. Okay, let's comment the Gwen, Elise, Khadgar, Leeroy, Anduin, Tess matchup. Obviously, Khadgar is a no-no for us, so first target, Khadgar. Obviously, we pet our Viper with some healing and pop up the usual 2-10-10. This is a typical opening versus a lot of people, but sometimes you will see on other comp, we use different opening. So here we go. This is pretty common. Now, see Khadgar, how low is it? Snipe Khadgar again. Heal the Viper. Pop everybody. And you'll see I'll go for Elise because if Khadgar doesn't die this turn, I can snipe it next turn with the Bow quick ability, third ability that deals 12 damage. So I go for Elise because we don't want to see the golden monkey. Extremely important. By the way, my opponent do the right thing. He tried to put down Cho. Because Cho is extremely powerful in this setup. Now, like I said, we're gonna snipe Khadgar. Heal the pet, pump some new unit, And go for Elise. Boom. Here we go. So, Cho, bye-bye. We're down to just 1 minion, but that situation is it's great because we're not facing a area effect comp. So you usually try to target one target at a time, which make the Viper extremely powerful because if you try to snipe it, well, there's no point in sniping the Viper at that high HP because he will always get up quickly in healing. So as you can see, I go full HP buff. We survive Leeroy. Oh, lucky me. Very low. Boom. Bad call for bow. Didn't do much. But well, you know. It's no big deal. We're leading big time. Usually when I start leading like that, I play like a dummy. That's all good. Right now, it's pretty much straightforward. We just go buffing, and sniping one at a time. Because you'll notice the Viper will go extremely big, extremely fast, and he can't do much about it. And we're gonna snipe one by one. So, more HP for Viper, more sniping. Now, Tess. If you're not used to Tess, her third ability can be very nasty. It's extremely high on cooldown, but you don't want to let her play around with her nasty ability. So usually when I see Tess, if there's no real threat on the board, I switch to Tess as my main target to make sure she dies as soon as possible. Here we go. Now we're obviously leading. Popping up some HP because Khadgar is low, healing him. Because the Viper is good enough. I want to keep Khadgar up. See? I fell miserably. Well, good thing is I'm leading. So here we go. I'm gonna have a nice night. Typical ending game. Extremely slow. Petting the pet. Oh, I'm not petting the pet. Yeah, that's right. I wanted second pet. Just for the fun of it. So here we go. It's pretty over. And you just saw, let's just say this is a typical gameplay. With no complex decision. It's the basic of the deck. Second matchup, your typical Dragon Arcane build. Extremely popular lately on the meta. So in this setup, we're gonna open with the bow taking all the damage. You will notice soon. I will use the choose one ability, and I'll choose the ability that make every single hit focus him. That way it prevents Cho from dying, and he can establish his 2 minions. Otherwise, if you don't do that, Cho is dead. So you make it focus on bow. You will notice every single hit you try to go for Cho, but it goes on bow. and you're establishing your board. Now, you don't care if Bo die at that point. It's okay. You fill up with somebody else. The next player to enter the fight will be Khadgar because it's heavily melee on the opposite side. So obviously Ysera is the real threat here. We go for Ysera. So your typical the basic. Heal the Viper, buff the minion with Cho, and we try to kill Ysera. And see, he didn't go for Bo because he expected me to bounce it back or something like that, but it's on cooldown. He made a mistake. He should have killed Bo. But you'll notice your opponent make a lot of mistakes because they're not used to play against that deck. Nobody knows what's the real counter. So like I said, we bring Khadgar. Since we're facing a very heavy melee spec, so we go buff the minion, root everything, and yeah, I'll try to bounce back. Why bouncing back? Because Bo has no real purpose right now. I prefer to replace him. And because right now, Bo is pretty useless. We have Reno, but Reno will on purpose make every single hit him. So he's gonna die. You don't need Bo firepower to put down Reno. So we take the hit. We'll have plenty of casualty. Here we go. And we bring back everybody. And from that point, we go full Blizzard rotation with HP buffing. Obviously, you notice that we have plenty of minion low on HP, perfect for a cookie. But we won't snipe them because we know Medivh is on his way. So Medivh here, you want cookie to act. So we're gonna cancel our you buffing to negate the counterspell and then kill yeah, exactly, the counterspell. And here we might go for HP, yeah, because Blizzard is still on cooldown. Okay, let's see how it's going. Oh, he canceled his counterspell, so Vol'jin can get his 1-speed buff. I forgot. Good for me. See, the way you play against Vol'jin is you don't hit him. We know how one of the ability of Vol'jin is if you hit him, he hit you back. So you'll notice that sometimes I even skip a Blizzard just to not hit him. I mean, Vol'jin is the last target you want to kill on the board right now. So obviously I pop up the fish that goes with the Blizzard that killed me. And right now we're snowballing. We get so many HP, you just cannot go through it. Like I told you, when there's down to single target damage, there's not much you can do. So yeah, we're gonna ignore Vol'jin. Yeah, why not? Well, I'll go for HP. I want to keep my minion up. We're not in a hurry because Vol'jin is gonna try to snipe my Yulong next turn. So I want to build up some HP. And here you go. We got a low HP minion. Perfect. Oh no, let's go for the fish. Here we go. Boom. And you can see a perfect example of a nice fish synergy. Cookie is perfect for that. You can fill up the rotation with a cookie constantly. Et voila. Okay, here we got our typical Medivh Khadgar arcane build. Extremely popular on the meta, and probably the build you will see but a lot. Sometimes you face a player that is botting and usually use this comp. So obviously we use only ability that are slower than 5 speed to make sure that he counter itself. We don't want to trigger the counter spell. So you see Arcane Rift got countered by itself. We try to kill Khadgar. Khadgar is always the first target. We hit for 50. We're gonna kill Khadgar next turn. And now we go all in because usually the player that got counter the first time will negate his own counter. You see, he's negating his counter to make sure that he won't counter his self buff. So you go full in, your typical opening. And we got Khadgar out. We lost Lady, it's okay. We go for you here and not Khadgar because our opponent have 2 fighters on board. So it's good to have a protector that buffs our HP. And from that point, it's pretty much snowballing. We go all in on Ysera because it's the only real threat. Usually we ignore Medivh and Fox the entire fight. Now we go all in on Ysera. Usually your opponent will use his reset cooldown on Fox. But the good news is you will kill Ysera. You see? So he refresh his ability for Ysera, but she's out. So right now, he's in a very bad spot. At that point, you win. No matter what you do, no matter what you try to snipe, the game is over. You just go full in. You always in your Medivh and Fox. You go for the real threat. See, his cooldown is used this turn for a single target snipe. Can't do much about it. So we take down Baine. Voila. From that point, you pretty much do whatever you want. The game is over. Actually, it was over as soon as Ysera is down. I'll be honest, this matchup, if you play again the same person over and over again, he will adapt. And now the gambling goes on. Sometimes he will keep his counter spell up next turn 2 and stuff like that. It's an interesting matchup when you play against somebody over and over again. And for the purpose of those videos, I always use the same startup line, the default one. But when you play against somebody over and over again, it's not rare you just switch some. You mix up your com with a different opening. And this is one encounter that if you keep facing the same guy over and over again, you can start tweaking your build. Okay, now we got the typical Smite matchup. You have a lot of different setup. You have Smite with Patch. You have Smite with Leeroy. You have Smite with Cornelius. But all 3 are played the same way. First of all, you don't summon additional minion. You just buff your board with Cho. You don't want to have too many minions on board because it helps him to get more hit. So what you do first, you buff your minion. and you try to kill his taunt minion so he doesn't have it for next round. Depending on the player, some player do the rebounds first turn, other player do it the second turn, but it doesn't matter, it always ends up the same thing. So now we go for bow. I don't know why I'm bow. And that's where the RNG comes in. But overall, we win this matchup. But obviously, if the RNG wants Smite to hit Khadgar over and over and over and over again and kill it very quickly, it can be a problem. Because right here, what we want to do is make bow unvulnerable to make a bounce back, get HP, and we don't attack. Because Smite deal damage every time we deal damage. So during the Smite turn, you just buff. You don't do any offensive action. You just let him go, let him do his little thing. You hope maximum hit goes to bow. If you play against Leeroy, you get less hit. If you play against Patch, you get more hit, but you have bow that can suck up a few hits. So this is why I'm telling you it's pretty much the same difficulty to beat this setup. And you go over and over again. I mean, I won't comment the entire thing because I will let you go to this. But basically what you do, rinse and repeat, and as soon as you can kill Valeera, you kill it. And I think on this turn I can't, because we're gonna have 2 Viper. So what we do, HP buff, HP buff, HP buff. One Viper will kill the taunt, the other Viper will kill Valeera and Valeera. And when Valeera will be dead, next time we come back to this setup, you will be forced to play a pirate, and we're gonna slowly kill them one by one. You'll notice later on. So same thing, rinse and repeat. He will bounce back, blah blah blah. You'll see here, Valeera is out. Same thing. We throw, Khadgar is low on HP, so I put Cookie just to soak up some hit. Same thing, bow, immune bounce, HP buff. No offense ability, we don't want to trigger Smite. We don't want to trigger Smite. Yeah, I'm like, do I send an attack? No, don't do it, don't do it. Don't do it. Stay calm. Yeah. Okay. And here we go again. We hope a lot of... Now we're hoping that Smite kill himself. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Like I tell you, there's a part of RNG in this matchup, unfortunately. But usually, we end up winning. Of course, we put fish on the board because it prevents one spawn. But now, remember, Valeera is dead, so he's forced to put a pirate on board. And that's where the fun begins. There's no point for him to bounce back. If he bounces back, you just laugh at him. So obviously we kill the pirate. And that's basically all we do. Now, he forced me to focus on bow. Nice move for his part. If we bring back Smite, we will do no damage. Oh yeah, I can go to kill him. Why not? So we do no damage to anything except Smite. Here we go. Take some hit and Smite is out. And from that point, we win. There's nothing much he can do. His big threat are out. We will do tons of healing. We're all set up for... we will grind him slowly but surely. And this is pretty much over. So enjoy the rest of the show and see you Master 5. Okay, this is a Trigore setup. Balinda, Valeera, Varden, Jaina, Lokholar. They pretty much mix up the unit. It's not always this setup up, but there's always Valeera. And here the mistake I'm gonna do is to summon the bad unit with choke and try to heal my Viper. Okay? First of all, you take all the hit. You take the hit because you want to make the setup. You don't heal Viper like I just did there. No, you snipe the water elemental with Lady. Lady should have cast direct damage on the water elemental. And Cho should have pop up the 25-1 stealth minion. Because that 25-1 stealth minion will always be the target of Valeera. And it dealt 25 damage to Valeera, so she eventually killed herself on that unit. Second turn, now you see the water elemental is still up because I tried to heal my Viper. Extremely bad. It should be down. Now, usually the water elemental is down, you have a 25-1 stealth minion up on that turn when you play correctly. So what you do, you go summon a Viper, summon another one, 25-1. And you go full Trigore. But now it's just a big mess. Big mess. So it's extremely important that you don't do this. Those are the common mistakes. It's terrible play. Terrible play. I don't even understand how I win this match. Eventually, I will get Khadgar out, kill Trigore, and the guy goes pretty much AFK. He rage quit because, to be honest, your 25-1 stealth minion locked down Valeera. And if he goes for the fan, your 25-1 unit have an ice spell resistant. You cannot kill it. It's just there to prevent it. It's literally a counter to Valeera, and he keeps smashing it and over again. And that's how he should play this encounter. Now Khadgar gonna kill Trigore, and then he's basically gonna rage quit. I'm gonna leave up some footage, but it's more a video to show you the mistake you should never do. Obviously, it's a rebound here because you want to bring back the lady in your hand to get a new Viper, and you try to kill Trigore. But terrible mistake, a lot of mistake. This matchup, you take your time to kill Trigore. There's a setup where it's Trigore mixed up with a dragon. Very hard setup to beat. Yeah, I'd say I'm 50-50 winning against that matchup. Unfortunately, I have no footage of this one. But here we go. From that point, the opponent cannot do anything because you're going to have a new Viper and an entire setup to heal non-stop. But yeah, he rage quit at this point. So I'm gonna speed up everything. But in all honesty, this is an extremely bad matchup. So take note. Be careful when you're playing against Trigore. Keep in mind Valeera. The best counter to Valeera is to summon your 25-1 stealth minion from show. Interesting setup. Elise, Vol'jin, N'Zoth, Garona, Khadgar, and Tess. This is a player that I keep beating up, and he got frustrated and decided to rope me pretty much every turn and pull out N'Zoth. It's something that's gonna happen to you. People you keep beating will start queuing up with N'Zoth. And it makes fun encounter. Obviously, when we're playing against N'Zoth, we don't put any effort on the Viper. We go full Smite caster. So we're gonna kill Vol'jin, because usually if our opponent doesn't have a lot of warrior, a fighter, we can go full DPS with our fighter. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna one-shot Vol'jin and pop up a 25-1 stealth minion. For obvious reason, N'Zoth cannot steal it, and you cannot kill it with the small area effect damage. So as you can see, Vol'jin is out, and next turn it's gonna be N'Zoth who is gonna be out. So same thing, we pop up a 25-1, start flooding our board with minion. We snipe N'Zoth, we keep our minion at bay because it's too low on HP to go on a fight right now. So boom, bye bye N'Zoth. Boom. Well, that's a lot of thing going on right now. I'm so not used to Garona. It's one of those units that I don't know a lot about. So we got Tess and Khadgar. Tess is not a problem right now, but it will soon be one. And don't forget that Elise can pop up a golden monkey. So right now we need to bounce back and put out another Viper if we can. We're cleaning the board as much as we can. Pop back, buff unit, and we try to pop a Viper out before the bounce. Unfortunately, didn't work. So we bounce back up. And now we go full HP mode. We got our 2 units that are almost immune to magical damage. So what we're gonna do the small snowball effect. Buffing, 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 buffing. Keep in mind that this setup you see right now can buff around 40 HP per unit per turn at some point. So now we face, we go for a blizzard, obviously, because we want to start the cycle. And voila. Now we're at a point where we just buff, 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 and try to hold on as much as possible and take down one by one. It's a slow and painful setup, but that's how you're gonna play it. Because the idea is to outscale his damage in output with our HP input. It's a slow snowball effect. So the way I see this, they're probably gonna kill. Oh, he's caster. Yeah. Garona keeps switching role. Have a hard time figuring out what's going on. So we buff, buff, and now we're kind of scared of Elise because we don't want a golden monkey. So we go Elise. Also. Oh, we got Tess. See, that's what Tess is all about. A very nasty unit. Now he's casting tons of abilities. He one-shot Khadgar. Extremely hard to deal with. But Elise is out. So no monkey. Cho is out. And we're down 3 to 3. 3 units each side, but we got 2 massive minions that are magic resistant. Those units can take some hit from Tess wild spell effect. So this turn we're gonna go full immune, hoping that when Tess proc his ability, most of it will hit bow. We want some HP there. And obviously it's time to kill Tess. Boom. Boom. I'm gonna kill Tess next turn. Oh, okay. See, when it hit a caster, it's not too painful. A minion, I mean. This was a bad play. I should have go for Tess like I said. I don't know why I didn't do that. That was a mistake on my part. We should have not Tess right there. I was sure I was going for Tess. Obviously a big mistake, but right now we can, okay. So minion plus bow. No, don't do that. No, what am I doing? No, we need to 12 damage on Tess plus a minion so we kill it. No, damn it, I play like a dummy. Yeah, go there. Yeah, bravo. Wake up. Yeah, that's it. Now we're talking. Yeah, HP, one minion kill Katoon, 1 minion kill Tess with the poke, and we give HP. Damn. Yeah, I made a few mistakes in this matchup, but it's an interesting matchup. Now show the diversity of the deck. Of the comp. So voila, it's pretty much game over from now on. I'm overthinking that way too much. Just go full DPS. Full DPS. Full DPS. Yeah. Stop thinking. Good. Now we got the typical Olga deck. So this deck, you cannot beat this deck with your typical opening like this. You need to have a rematch and go full DPS on Ysera and kill it before you make his massive ability. Otherwise, this is probably your only viable option, is this excessive complex move. Now we will see.